Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 51 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation V13.5 Let's Play, set mode, no items, so yeah. So with that being said, let's go on ahead through here and continue on with the main story. Looks like we are going down even deeper. Wait for me. Oh hey, Eldest. Eldest, what are you doing here? I've headed up to here with that stupid little boy. I'd rather suffocate down here than be up there with him. I tried catching up to you, but I'm pretty sure that fall broke everything in me, including my spirit. Oh, so she literally like jumped down with us then. That's not gonna be good for her since she's a lot older, but here we are now. So, yeah. But another thing, though, that I kind of like thought about on the last episode that I didn't really get into, because I kind of wanted to see how it played out. I guess we'll get into that now a little bit. It's not really spoiler stuff. It's more so comparing, like, the older version on how they played it out versus the new version on how they're going about it. It's something that I've done with a few other scenes within different parts of the game. Because again, I've played the older versions multiple times, and this is kind of like my first time going through V13.5, experiencing all the new changes with the dialogue, the layout, some of the slight story changes and whatnot. So I just kind of want to give my input on all of that. So if I remember correctly, on the previous versions like V13, V12, and onwards, well, backwards, I should say. If I'm not mistaken, we had an interaction with Alita and I going through Sheridan Village. We do the whole thing with Texan and whatnot, and then there comes a point where after the whole, burning hair situation happens, he pretty much gets mad at the eldest for not really helping or taking care of him, yada yada yada. He gets mad, says some pretty rude names to the eldest, and then decides to push her into the river, causing her to flow downwards within the current to the village itself instead of more so near Kada and Talia's home. We find her, we get her out of the river pretty much, and we talk to her a little bit about what's going on with all of that. Eldest pretty much explains there was nobody else that could really fit the role that was here at that given moment, so it had to be Texan. So, and that's the interesting thing. It's two different personalities and ways that they kind of like react and go about it. Because like Eldest is like, there really wasn't anybody else, and that's that. And not really being too mean or mad with Texan necessarily. But with this one, it's more so, I would rather suffocate down here than deal with another second of Texan. Very interesting change, and it's hard for me to say which one I prefer, because like, I don't know, because like they're two opposite ends in my eyes. But not only that, there's another elephant in the room. The whole thing with Alita's like, well, besides that, we're gonna go down to the Groudon chambers down here to help out our friends, and then of course Eldest here, knowing some info on that, I'm gonna keep it as vague as I can, tells Alita, no, do not do it, I don't want you to. We have to step in and say she's worthy, she's good enough, we can take care of ourselves, we know what we're doing. And then the Eldest follows along with us, and then the rest, is, what am I trying to say? The rest is history, pretty much, on what goes on with all of that. I don't want to spoil what goes on as we traverse through this area, but it's interesting because like that whole part isn't really, I mean, it might come up a little bit later as we go through the sanctuary and all of that, but I think, and it might sound weird, I like how they've gone about this one, but again, with the dialogue and the scene, I feel like the older version played out better. That's just my opinion. I can understand exactly why they would change that, like Texan literally pushing an older woman into the river, you know, I can totally understand why they would make a drastic change like that. You know, then not make Texan seem as bad, you know, because like I would say a lot of people aren't really fans of Texan. I, for one, I don't hate him, but I definitely don't love him either, if that's fair to say. I think I'll kind of like leave it at that because I want to see more with Texan as we play through the game, because like there is some stuff with him that is kind of like going on with his life and whatnot. I'll keep it vague on that end because I don't want to get into like spoiler territory, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like I like how they gone about this one. I understand the changes, but let's just keep going, and once we go through this part of the game, maybe I'll talk more on it. Just something that I wanted to talk about and was curious on. Can we really justify bringing an old woman with us? Well, I never. I'll have you know I'm stronger than I look. I made it all the way without a Pokemon under my belt, thank you. We shall see then. Okay, you can come with, but please don't push yourself. No need to worry about me, I'll be just fine. Now, to make our way down. It is kind of an interesting change, though. Oh, what? I thought I went down the ladder. Maybe I must have hit the wrong button. Gotcha. But I don't know, like, it seems really interesting, and I'm kind of, like, excited to see how they go with it, with this version, because it's definitely gonna play out differently. And I will say, I love how they redone the whole, you know, like, Garufin Sanctuary. It looks a lot better than the old version, honestly. I really love the more, you know, I guess, like, old cave feel with, like, the vines, the water, and all of that kind of stuff. It's really nice. I like it a lot, especially with like the Regirock statues all around the place. But anyways, just what is this place? I believe this to be some sort of ruin hidden deep below the surface. Yeah, I got that much. I had no idea this existed underneath Sheridan Village. Yes, please leave your awe and glamour for when we have time for such things. Those scoundrels have scurried along into the depths of this ruin, yes? Looks like it. Wait a minute, this projection is solid. I can't walk through it. It seems as though this is some sort of seal. I'm surprised you've come to that deduction. Yes, do not be impressed. I've learned this through my partner. He fancies himself with the occult and such. Or occult? I'll say occult. However you pronounce that. Watching the same documentary, over and over, those blasted videos. Ahem. Be as it may, we won't be able to proceed until we can find a way to shatter this seal. Alita, I really don't like this. Does this really require your presence? Of course it does. My friends need me if I want to get through this. Besides, we can't let these crooks free Angie from her prison. I don't know if we'd be able to handle her again if she did. I don't know. Personally, I think it wouldn't be too hard, but to each their own. Over here seems promising. Let us go. See, that's kind of like interesting because like back then, the eldest really stressed it a lot, like, no, I don't want you doing this. This is way too dangerous. I don't like this. And of course, there are some unsaid things with that whole thing that I, of course, won't say because that's heavy spoiler stuff, but there was a very valid reason for all of that. But for this one, it just seems more... See, like, it's hard. With the other versions, like, it really went at it, but with this one, it seems toned down, like watered down almost with the dialogue, and I wish it wasn't like that. I don't know. It's just hard the word. Kreese is too lost into thought to notice you. Fair enough. Getting involved with Garufan civilization is asking for trouble. I don't think we should be here. There's another one of those seals here. How are we going to break this one? You know what? How did Angie's servants get farther than this point? Those hooligans have been teleporting in and out of wherever they choose, sorry. It's not hard to imagine that these seals mean nothing to them. I've got it figured out. This statue had writings etched into the stone. Braille, to be specific. Braille, you can read it? Luckily enough, I can. From seals to Braille, you sure know quite a bit, Crease. I know an approximate amount of many things. Anything as for what that statue says, trial of memory and logic, to open the way. I see. Run around this section. Now use flash. You're amazing. Now, shall we go? Man, I love Crease, man. He's so cool. That's like another thing too. Apparently it's super goofy. I literally like read it on the last episode about Reina. Well, I feel like I've been pronouncing a lot of names wrong. I believe it actually would be Rihanna or Rihanna. Technically not Reina that I was saying, but anyways though, I thought there was gonna be a thing because like on the point it showed Bradum. I can't speak today. Adam and Braxton. I tried combining their names there. Sorry about that. Adam and Braxton apparently go with you, so I thought there was going to be a thing that maybe Crease and somehow Rihanna like follows you as well, apparently. But I guess she's actually like a separate character that you could choose to bring down here as well. So yeah, and it's super tricky because like I love Rihanna, I love Crease, I love Adam, but it would have been cool to see her down here because again, well, to be fair, you do see her quite a bit more than you do Crease. I don't regret my decision because Crease is barely seen within the game. I really want to see what he like does within this whole area, but definitely on another playthrough, not like another let's play of this game, but whatchamacallit, like when I play it on my own time, whenever I get some time to do so, I definitely want to choose her to kind of like see what she does within the sanctuary here. But let us talk to you. A trial of memory and logic, I see. I don't like this. Is all of this really necessary? What is all of this? I assume it's some sort of puzzle. It looks like the way forward is closed off by a seal once more. We need to figure out the secret of this room if we want to proceed. Sounds like a plan. And then... right. And I do like how they changed up the, whatchamacallit, the statue puzzles, because like the Pokemon are actually more significant to the story. For an example, Malia with Happy, Greninja, Ren's starter, Venom with her Ace, Seviper. I really like that little like difference within this area. What is with all the noise? Wait, that's Alon. I bet you're here to finish me off. I won't let you. Was that a Team Zen grunt? I fear Sierra and her lackeys weren't the only ones down here. We must tread carefully. Sounds like a plan. This crystal is brimming with both light and darkness simultaneously, however you say that correctly. The power of dragon. We do have this guy here. I guess we'll grab... that is a pretty decent move. I will gladly take that. Would be cool to read the book though. Can I guess not. Okay. Let's go in here. Let us go here maybe? I know a long-time viewer, he was telling me that with Adam it's more so battling, with Kreese it's more so puzzles, and then he brought up that he doesn't know about Rihanna, because I assume he hasn't played with choosing her as the partner through the area. Oh, there they are. Okay, we're going to stay out of the way for these things. You seem to have a handle on this, so I'm gonna leave it up to you. Gotcha. Okay, so they do change it. Because whatchamacallit, that kind of gets into spoilers, though, if I really talk about some of that stuff. If you know the Pokemon, you know the Pokemon. I know what they're referring to with all of that. That just kind of like gets into heavy spoilers, so we're not going to get into all of that. But anyways, the puzzle shouldn't be too difficult from what I can tell. The first one should be Latios. I'm thinking we... just move you up there for the time being. And be careful to not really get any of these guys stuck or anything like that. And do try to save somewhat often whenever you get something within the right spot. So just in case if you do make an error, you can simply refix your mistake by reloading the game. Just like that, for an example. Alright, sorry for the pause there. Pretty much don't do what I did with the Palucha, but that's a pretty good example on what not to do. I will put you there. Let us see here. You go here. And you plain and simply go there. These seals are intriguing. What supplies them with power, I wonder? Okay, we're going to stay out of the way for these things. You seem to have a handle on this, so I'm going to leave it up to you. And I kind of wonder... I know I made a video a while back showing the... Well, to be fair, I kind of already made a video with the... getting the Hisuian Zora... that I kind of already did this puzzle for them, or for that video, so I don't think I really need to do like a redo on this puzzle. I see, so this room is arranged in a way so that it can be mimicked in the one... Wait, what? So that it can be mimicked in the one over. Oh, right, gotcha. I see. Is there... doesn't seem to be anything else. Okay. Oh, hey. What's going on? Definitely been a minute. Really? Why do you follow me all the way here? It seems there was a Zen grunt running around after all. Let's pummel him. You guys are giving me no choice. For a moment. Okay. Flame charge. Let me just get on out of here. Gyro Ball, Ancient Power, we are dead. But that's fine, that's a safe switch into Billy here. Muddy Water, Blaze Kick. And then Colossal should be on out of here. Muddy Water's fine, honestly. Cool. Come on. Give a guy a break. Please, I'm not here to cause trouble. Then may I ask why you are here? I'm here because I don't have a choice. For a moment. Good news and bad news. I found that pretty goofy. I prefer bad news first. Bad news, he's real. As for the good news, he's not a hallucination caused by delirium. Maybe the punch was a little much. You think so? If you punched a little harder, I would have fell into the pyre, however you say that? I think he meant to say fire, I don't really know. And of course, I'm real. Why am I being punished for something out of my control? I wouldn't even be here if Crescent didn't destroy Madalus's Zen lab. Huh. See, that's interesting because, I wouldn't be here. Right, because of the whole thing with, whatchamacallit. Crescent destroying the lab up in the Gyarados Mountain. He fell all the way down here. And, yeah, gotcha. So pretty much like the old version. I didn't make it out in time before her lab collapsed. I fell through the ground and woke up in the corrupted cave. Eventually I made my way here, and I've been living in this space ever since. Something is going on in the floors beneath us. Quick, Zen Grunt guy, do you know how to break the big seal down on the main floor? Hey, it's Toman, not Zen Grunt guy. I'm a friendly person once you get to know me. The seal, Toman. Right, actually, I do. Really? There are quite a lot of books about it down here, actually. I've skimmed through some of them, but basically it involves two people standing on a certain platform. One in there, and one in there. And this just involves standing on a platform. Yes. Okay then, I'm pretty good at standing. Wait, Alita, you can't trust this man. If it really is used to break the seal, then we have no choice. I forbid it. Eldest, with all due respect, I can make my own choices. My friends are counting on this mission to succeed. It's our last hope. And I know my friends would do anything for me. In return, I'll do anything for them. So please. Okay, so this is where that whole thing happens. See, but I don't know, like, I feel like the last version, like, it played out better. Like, I wish there was just more with it, like the last version, than this one. Because, like, with this one, it was just a simple sentence. But the last one, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering. And if so, then, yeah, I'm wrong, I'll take the L on that. But, like, it just felt like there was, like, slightly, like, more to it. Maybe I'm being dumb, maybe so. She can do this. Because I'm pretty sure the other one, if I look at the points... yeah, -3 Alita, +3 if you say she could do this. You're always believing in me, Alon. Thank you. Toman, you shall stand on the other platform. Huh? It's a test of your trustworthiness. If this is a dangerous situation, then you wouldn't dare put your life on the line. The books I read didn't mention anything dubious. So if this is what I have to do to gain your trust, I will do it. Good lad, you are now off to it. I will keep watch and make sure he doesn't try to pull a fast one on us. Understood. I wish I could tell Alita everything. There are things in this world that she does not understand. Dealing with Garufan magic can only lead to tragedy. Come then, Alon, we have guests to attend to. And you know, like, I do like that little bit at the end with her, like, saying all of that, because, like, again, I don't disagree with, like, the eldest. Like, all she wants to do is make sure that Alita's safe, but, you know, Alita is definitely, you know, Alita, like, she's, I don't even know how to, like, talk about or, like, describe her, like, personality, but, like, she's you know, like a go get 'em kind of like person, kind of like, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And her heart's in the right place, but, you know, the eldest, she knows things and understands things that Alita just doesn't. And of course, you know, the eldest has issues, you know, I guess like containing her. Containing her is not the right word, but I guess like getting her to like listen is a better way to word it. I don't know, it's hard the word, but like I understand both sides. Like, you know, Alita is, you know, somebody that definitely is, you know, good enough to do these kind of things. Her heart's in the right place and she just wants to do good overall. But with doing stuff like that, you know, it can definitely lead to trouble if you're not careful. And in this instance, she's not really being careful. But at the same token, I mean, I understand why the eldest can't say everything about certain things, but I don't know, I'll just leave it at that, because I can ramble on and on about that. I don't mean any harm, honest. I'll do what I can to earn your guys' trust. I shall take the time to watch over our new little friend. Thank you, Kreese. Don't worry, I can handle this. It's just standing around after all. I guess the challenge comes from being patient enough to sit here and be completely unaware of what's going on below. Actually, this might be harder than I thought. For a moment. And then if anyone's curious, I did make a video guide going through this puzzle. I'm not going to do it right now. At some other point I will come back to do all of that. But I guess we'll go back to the main entrance. And it seems that the third puzzle was removed because there was a more difficult one, but I guess that's no longer a thing. Let me... I don't think I need to change the team right now. Maybe I do, I don't remember. If you would have told me I would be deep underground messing around with Groudon magic, truthfully I would have believed you. And I would have been scared, sorry. Let us proceed. Didn't there used to be a merge from the earth? There used to be a like a little like thing, unless it's more so in that room. Well, if that's the case, let me... Well, back then it gave you a warning before the battle. Let's just go on in here. This heat, we have entered a very sacred area of the sanctuary. Such energy pierces the very soul. I sense great power ahead. Please make sure you are prepared for... Lord above, what has happened to you, child? Stop. Don't go any further. Please don't push yourself. You're in not good condition. What's going on? We found the Earth's heart, but it was being guarded. We tried to fight it, but it was too much for Esther and I. Just run. She's gone. It seems my intuition was correct. Something powerful does rest here. Let's move on along. Rest in peace, Deborah. Rest in peace, Esther. Okay, so here it is. To those who wish to call the legendary beast, the one who hold open the paths shall be punished for their treason. No mercy shall be had upon their soul, forever lost. And with that being said, This battle can be a little bit tricky if you are not well prepared for it, and I'm going to rechange the team so we can have a better chance at it. I would love to keep Luxray for Intimidate, but I just don't think it's going to be helpful. I think you're going to be good. I think you'd be okay for screens. Man, I could bring... I forgot, doesn't it have Solar Beam? I think it does. But I mean, if we get screens up, we might be okay. I mean, you wouldn't be bad because of the fire field. But then again, the problem is you're probably just gonna get like O-Code almost instantaneously. Zeke wouldn't be bad because go for Obstruct, it goes for a physical attack. We can lower the defense. Not terrible idea. But then again, I look back at Volkner. If I can lower that attack just a little bit, may not be a bad thing. We do have Swampert though. But again, it's not like I can really do a whole lot of damage back. I mean, I could take a hit, but I won't do a lot back. I shouldn't make it super complicated. Let's keep it simple. And if it doesn't work, we'll redo the team. Now, most likely we will need to redo some things with the team, depending on how this goes for me. Let's try this and let's see how it goes. Finally, after such a fierce battle, I caught the beast. It did everything it could to tear me down. Esther and Deborah were casualties as a result, but we've won. Just look here. And this Pokeball sleeps the beast that guards this domain. And to top it all off, the Earth Heart is right before us. With it, I can free Angie and take back what is rightfully hers. But truly, the best part has yet to surface. Once Groudon eliminates you, there will be no one who can stop me. With grace from Lady Angie, I sentence you to death. Devour them, Groudon. For a moment. One shield. I'm surprised. Because like back then, I thought it was a lot more. Maybe they really did nerf it. Let's go for Reflect here. That did a lot. Just go for Yawn. Let's go for you. Obstruct, I think, is the play. Lower defense, go to sleep. Let's go for Night Slash here. That did a lot more than I thought it would have. Okay. Sunlight faded. Should take the hit. Not gonna take it after that. Let's go into Billy. Let's go for Yawn. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. But I think we're okay because Sun is gone. Groudon summon Fierce Eruptions. Okay. Reflect is gone though. Let's go for Muddy Water. Right, Sun is up. Go for Earthquake again. Oh. Well, that was very anticlimactic. I wonder why though, because like I thought there would be more to it, honestly. Like I really did. Like maybe they did heavily nerf it because like I remember back then it was definitely a lot more tricky, but with this one there was barely any sort of like pushback at all. Alright, sorry for the pause there. I went to look it up, but no, I looked at Classic and Story Mode. Yeah, they both have one shield. Interesting. I really thought there was going to be more to it. A nice attempt, but simpletons like yourself cannot defeat Groudon. Groudon, enough fooling around. Get them. Huh? What's going on here? Groudon, what's happening? Oh, he's just taking a nap. Groudon disappeared. How? How is this possible? This is inconceivable. Totally and utterly incomprehensible. Groudon has returned to the depths where it belongs. You have a lot to learn, Sierra. In fact, you remind me of when I was young. Even legendary Pokemon have their limits. They are not creatures of limitless potential. Shut your mouth, you heathen. You know nothing. I am Arceus' faithful servant, and it will reward me for my loyalty. Are you loyal, or is it that you are a selfish, self-serving fraud? Arceus has no time for those who do evil. Couldn't have said it better myself, really. Where did she... Over here, imbeciles. Legendary Pokemon or not, I came here for this. Not if I have anything to say about it. Well, she moved pretty quick there. Fast. My legs are old, but they put in the work when needed. So, what are you going to do now? Teleport away? I'll go wherever you go, and then I'll be your problem. Why don't you just die already, you old hag? You'll find that it's quite difficult to get rid of me. Oh, and Sierra? Oh, what? See, I never understood that. Why does some of the dialogue, like, instantaneously, like, skip through, like, the dialogue like that? I think she said, what, like, think fast or think something. That is something that... I don't know, like, I understand it, but to me it's like, what's the point if I can't really, like, read it anyways? Like, I want to read it, I want to see what it says, but I guess it's not that important then. I don't know, and again, it's not that big of a deal, and whenever I have, like, some, like, criticism and, I don't know, how do I want to word it? Just, like, some things that I want to say about the game. In no way am I saying, like, I hate it or anything like that, you know? Like, I know I've been on this rant before. It's just, I guess, like, my opinion on certain things and whatnot. There's many things that I love about the game, but there's also, like, a few things that I think you are allowed to critique and whatnot. And it's not the end of the world, but I would have loved to read that instead of it, like, skip it almost instantly like that. And I know I didn't click the A button there that quickly. If I did, then that's my fault, but I don't think I did. Go. Stop right there, Alon, or else I will throw both of us off the edge. I'll be safe, but this old bag of bones will shatter on the floor like glass. Do it then. Go on. You have the agency to do it. Alon, put your trust in me. Don't give up the Earth Relic. Shut it. Alon, I'm going to give you a choice, and I won't ask twice. Give me the Earth Heart, sorry, or the old bag of bones falls to her death. Now, as I've normally done, refuse to give in. I trust them the eldest, like the older versions. You won't do it. Have you no empathy? Do you not care for the life of this human? It's not the lack of empathy, it's the abundance of trust. Good for you, eldest. That is super cool. You know, I know I've had some, like, real quick, I like the music. Sorry for like me pausing there. The music's kind of nice. But anyways, what I was about to say, I feel like I said so many times throughout this series, but yeah. So I really do appreciate that they give more to like the eldest. I know I've said some stuff with certain things leading up to this point, but this is a big positive that I have with this game. Because like, Sierra back in the day was, a very strong individual, right? She had to work herself from, the ground up to get into the position that she got into at a young age. I won't get into spoilers on all of that, of course, but, she's a very strong individual, a strong person. And I really like how they show more of that with her within the sanctuary here at this given moment. Like, you have trust in me. You've seen, how, I can jump on down here without, breaking my bones. You've seen that in dire situations, I may be old, but, my reflexes, my instincts, they're still there. Thank you for having trust in me. I love that. I love that a lot. Oh, you. For a moment. Alon, have I ever told you that I liked you? Thank you for trusting in me. I happened to snatch this off her person while I swung her around. Here, take this. Oh, that's cool. But honestly now, how hard is it to bust down a door? Let us leave now. We should make our way back. It was kind of like expected since she can like teleport and whatnot. I bet you've discovered that I too am difficult to get rid of. Quite. I've only been able to snatch a piece of that wretched scale, but it should be enough. It better be enough. Our paths will cross again. Well, that is unfortunate. We need to let the others know what transpired here immediately. Let us return. But I gotta say, I really love that. That was such a cool scene with all of that. I do wish the Groudon battle was more on the difficult side, because that was way, way too easy. To be fair, again, I brought it up on certain battles that I've noticed within the game that definitely were more difficult, but they've definitely, like, toned down quite a bit. I understand that if a lot of players that are getting into the game have had difficulties with it and maybe made some complaints, I kind of, like, understand that. But I wish, like, story mode would stay the more easy one, but then normal mode didn't get watered down as much as it seems to have been. Yes, we do have like EV trained Pokemon and whatnot. I understand that that's going to give you like the advantage and whatnot, but I really feel like even though that is like the case with, the team that we got going on, like V12 and V13, like even with EV trained Pokemon, I still feel like there would be a little bit more difficulty if they kind of kept it somewhat similar to that level than what they've done with this one. It's hard, the word, because it's like, I don't mind it, but I don't know, like, it's weird. I say I don't mind it, but if I didn't mind it, why am I saying all of this? Maybe I do kind of mind it. Either way, the way that I'm trying to like word it is like, You know, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm still gonna play it. I still love Rejuvenation. I get all that, but I just wish there was a little more difficulty. Not asking for like V13, you know, like intense mode, no items, like level of insanity, right? But I know I'm not going crazy. Back then, it definitely was more difficult than it is on this version. You know, the older normal modes and this normal mode. So, yeah, which is, what is it called now? Classic mode, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know. I don't know. I'll stop there. But either way, I really do love the scene and whatnot with the eldest and all that, but you know what? I'll stop there. Hey, did you manage to get what you were after? Yes, but what are you doing here? This warp suddenly appeared and I took a leap of faith with it. Defeating Groudon may have caused the sanctuary to change. Groudon? Never mind that. Where is Alita? She should still be in that room waiting. I'm gonna go check in on her. For a moment. Alita! Alita, dear, please get up. What has happened to you? No, 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 no. What is with the infernal yell? Oh dear. This isn't good. She's not dead, but her heartbeat is very slow. Too slow. I fear that Alita has fallen into a state similar to a coma. This... No. It must be the work of the Groudon magic. When Groudon was defeated, there was a certain shift in the area. But... is everything okay? For a moment. You did this. What? You were the one who suggested this ritual. You're the one who read the books detailing them. You must have known something. No, the books only said those who stand before the beast shall open the path, and to those who stand will display their heart to thee. Come back here. Answer for what you've done. You mustn't let him crawl away. Alon, you and I will follow him. I bet the blank is trying to make his way on out of the mountain. Alright, let's go get him, Kreese. Get back here. Oh wow, Kreese is pretty quick. Please, I'm sorry that this happened. I just wasn't thinking. If I could go back and say something, I would. I didn't mean for her to end up like this. Unfortunately for you, sir, it matters not what you meant. The reality is that one of us is hurt now. You must suffer the consequences. And really, there's nowhere for you to run. Please, Wait, what? This feeling inside of me. No, it can't be true. She wouldn't. Is it possible that I've been terminated? But why is this happening now? The ruins. The protective seal must have been protecting me. I must go back. I must go... What in the world just happened? He went and disappeared into nothing right before our very eyes. And his monologue of despair leaves more clues than answers. I'm afraid there's nothing we can do to avenge young Alita now. We must return empty-handed. I can't believe I actually let this happen again. After everything that's happened up to this point, I've learned nothing. I've done nothing but disappoint Kada and even you, Vivian. Your sacrifices mean nothing because of my incompetence. Alita's heart has now been sealed off by a Groudon curse. You all should go. You have what you needed. And what, just leave you down here? I will take care of Alita here. It's what I must do. Foolish. Allow us to at least carry the girl to a bed above ground. The air will do her well. I wonder why you would ever say it's better down here. Let me look at the points. It's better down here. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that goes on like down here with certain side quests, but I don't get... Oh, here we go. It's best for Lita. It's better down here. -3, +3. Okay, gotcha. It's best for Alita. Always knew Alon to have a good head on their shoulders. Since you agree, you're going to help me. Let's have a go at it. What about me? I'm not going to ask anything of you, darling. Just hold your head high. This too shall pass. Okay? Man, I really feel bad for the eldest on that situation, you know? Especially for like Alita, but like it's gotta be like something that's gotta be weighing on her mind because again, like she brought up before, I failed Kata, I failed Vivian, I've learned nothing. It sucks. It sucks a lot, you know, because again, I understand where Alita is coming from with that situation. She wants to help her friends. She wants to be useful. She wants to do good. But again, eldest, she has many more years than Alita. She's seen, experienced, and knows way more than Alita could ever know. It sucks. It just sucks. September 18th, A Trial of Rebellion. I'm afraid there's nothing left we could do for the young one, for this ailment is supernatural, and as such, natural remedies cannot cure her. The ultimatum is almost up, but we now have what we need for the final relic, yes. This means that war soon surge through Terrajuma. For better or worse, Alita won't see a second of it. As for us, we must return. Our team members are relying on us. I understand that you and Alita are close. I can only imagine the struggle within your heart. You shouldn't blame yourself for what had happened. Though... Even though what's done is done, I still wish to apologize for not doing more on my end to prevent this from happening. The old are supposed to pave the way for the young, but I was not concerned with her safety enough. Sometimes I can find myself having certain difficulties with this sort of thing. What I'm trying to say is that, well, never mind. I'm making a fool of myself. I shall return to the tower cellar together. Let's go. Yes, let's... I guess we'll go... Where was it again? Was that it there? Or, wait a minute. Was I being dumb? I am being dumb, it's right here. My bad. I'm hoping this is the right door. And thus, the expedition for the ocean relic has come to an end. Through hardships, we proceed on, even before those we lose. Team Zen and Angie have put us through hell time and time again. I believe it's our turn to put them through their own tribulations, and I hope for the sake of the region, this is the last of it. I got bad news, bro. It's only the beginning. Only the beginning. Oh, hey Malia and Venom. Malia and the scoundrel. Good to see you too, old man. So, is anyone going to tell me why you two are magically healed? Or is someone going to give some convenient explanation like Tapu Lele did it? Actually, that's exactly what happened. Venom and I just woke up a few hours ago, and it's like we were never injured. Yes, but of course, no need to dwell on that. We want to tell you that we retrieved the ocean relic. That's great news, but it came at a price. No way, Alita is... This is messed up, but we cannot let our morale die because of this. Let's take the opportunity Alita gave us and use it to save the people here. Malia, come on, we've got work to do. Now that we have what we need, we can take on Team Zen head on. Yeah, I guess so. Where is Crawley? He went off to Genobi Pass. He said that he expected you guys to return soon, that he should prepare, sorry. Crawley actually told us to go to Genobi once we got everything we need. Then you three go. I shall stay here and also prepare for the inevitable attack on Chrysalin. Where are Adam and the others? Adam and Braxton went to go take a look for Saki and Valerie, but that was the last we heard of them. Curses. I would have liked one of them to stay and help, but I guess I have to be the one to do everything again. Go. We don't have much time. So we're really doing this then. Are we even ready to fight back like this? Don't get cold feet now. We've come too far. I know, it's just that we've lost so much. I'm scared. It's normal to be scared, but you got me and Alon. Yeah, I wish we got to prepare more, but we're running out of time. Let's go to Genobi. Oh hey, nice to see that you're doing better, Alon. Remember when I said I had a question to ask you? Well, you were kinda out of it for a time and I asked someone else, so don't worry about it. Oh, I guess Kreese is gone then. Goodbye then. I guess we'll head on over then. Save here. Maybe I just fly to Genobi? Oh, we're not gonna do that then. I guess Terjuma? Alrighty then. Does that mean that the ice situation is taken care of? No, it is not. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So I assume then we can't really do the one quest. A quest show. But I feel like it's better to deal with that after everything is sorted with the princess and the lighthouse. Right, and with the lighthouse situation, just to... Oops, sorry, the princess situation. If I'm not mistaken... Well, it said there was a disturbance at the... Okay, that's locked. Disturbance at the... I mean, I don't see anything here. Okay. I guess we would do this, whatchamacallit, probably after everything is situated then. That's my guess. Okay. Let us go on here and make our way to Genobi. Alright, there's that quest there, but we'll do that another time. And I think with that being said and done, since we're like an hour in, I think that'll be it for today's episode, just to keep it simple, so yeah. And then next episode we'll go through all of that, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, definitely do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.